Roads can take you anywhere. And in Muskegon, a new one is being paved that could open up miles of opportunity.
I'm going to tell you right now, the best pigment makers in the world. Yeah. I will claim that to the day I die.
At Sun Chemical in Muskegon, around 90 employees show up to work every day.
We have a combine upstairs, so we put the material on the second floor we're sitting, and the material goes into the bed here, and it goes into the different, oven.
Making pigment that goes into everyday stuff.
We do yellow for the Hewlett-Packard printer cartridges. We make the red for cosmetics every time someone puts anything on.
But now they have the chance to paint America's roads yellow.
For every yellow on every road, airport, parking lot, and so forth.
Sun Chemical's Muskegon plant is the only U.S. manufacturer of the yellow pigment that goes into the lines on roads and parking lots. But they only supply 4% of the United States demand. 96% of it comes from other countries like China. The company's legislative affairs specialist, Eric Couch, has been working in Washington, D.C. to change that.
This yellow pigment, we have a bill going through Congress, H.R. 3933, that would say when American paints its roads with yellow paint, the pigment needs to be made in America.
H.R. 3933 would classify yellow pigment for roads as a construction material under the Build America, Buy America Act, meaning when federal dollars are spent for infrastructure projects, the building materials need to be made in the United States. Michigan Democrat Representative Hillary Scholten introduced the bill, otherwise known as the Paving the Way for American Industry Act, late last year.
It's sourced right here, keeping our tax dollars right here at home. It would mean good jobs for West Michigan. It would support this incredible 200-year-old American company and good jobs here in America and here in West Michigan.
If the bill passes, she says there's no need for additional investment to keep up with demand.
We already have one right here. The permit exists. We don't have to wait years to start doing it. We can do it tomorrow. So, the answers to the questions that we're asking in Washington about how we can get more of our tax dollars here at home and invested is right here at Sun Chemical.
Union President John Nichols has worked at the plant for almost 3 decades. He says at one point they had 200 employees, but as demand decreased, so did their workers.
As soon as that bill becomes signed and goes into effect, they're also going to have to hire probably 20 more people to this plant. Yeah. And that, like I said, 20 more people that didn't have possibly the security that I've had for 28 years.
John DeWind, who retired a day after our interview, hopes to see more Muskegon-made road paint as he travels during the new chapter of his life.
When you see it on the road, you take a little pride in thinking, I had something to do with that. You could have been the person that was synthesizing it or the warehouse that was handling, the technician, that tested the batch or whatever. But I think we all take some pride in seeing that on the road and say, you know what, that's probably ours or it could be ours. And hopefully in the future it will be ours.
Sun Chemical sits near a Superfund site that was contaminated before the company's arrival. They use the contaminated water at their manufacturing plant to help prevent it from going into local streams and groundwater. As Deputy County Administrator Matt Farrar explains, they've done more for Muskegon County than just providing jobs.
They didn't create the contamination, but they're cleaning it up. The last thing we need to see right now is not to support them and them not be able to be viable here, and then we get stuck with this, we being the whole United States of America, EPA, Eagle, the works. So it's critical.
Growing up in Muskegon County, Eggleston Township Supervisor Amanda Fano's father worked at the Sun Chemical plant. She said she remembers being proud of the work he did every day.
When I was a little girl, I'd remember looking at my crayons and thinking, oh, my dad helped make these. And even though it was just such a tiny part, it was something big to me. And then when I got older, it was the makeup and the beauty products. And it's just really cool to think that it's right in our backyard.
And Greater Muskegon Economic Development is also closely watching what happens with the bill in Congress. CEO of GMED, Trevor Friedeberg, says Muskegon County has a lot of talent as far as manufacturing goes, and a boost to Sun Chemical could mean more money circulating the area's economy.
Sun Chemical, with its unique capabilities in the chemical space, it just adds to the diversification of manufacturers that we have. I mean, we have everything from bowling ball manufacturers, seat manufacturers, foundries, chemicals, paint. I mean, you name it, we have it here in Muskegon, and it's just part of the fabric of who we are.